Hey, it's Beat Saber Saver back again with something important. In my last video, we discussed the dangers of kids playing VR games like Gorilla Tag, the lack of moderation, the toxic voice chat, and the misleading E for Everyone rating. But the more I thought about it, the more I realized something deeper. VR isn't just a game anymore. It's raising kids, and not in a good way. This is part 2 of the conversation, because if we are going to make the VR better, we need to talk about what this environment is really doing to young players, long term. Let's get one thing straight. Kids are impressionable. We all were. What we see, what we hear, we copy it. That's how we learn. But now, it's not TV shows or YouTube shaping them. It's random people in Gorilla Tag lobbies. And a few weeks ago, I saw the result of that firsthand. I was playing Gorilla Tag around 7 a.m. Yes, I know, I'm addicted. I joined a freeze tag lobby, and it was pretty chill, literally and figuratively. A bunch of random players just messing around. That's all the lobby was. And then, it happened. Some teenager tagged this girl, maybe 5 or 6 years old, and she just started crying, like full-on crying. Everyone froze. Then, through her tears, she screamed, "Bleep you, you little bleep." Then she left. I just stood there. I wasn't angry, I wasn't laughing, I was just shocked. Because that's not something a 5-year-old just makes up. She didn't know what she was saying, but she definitely heard it in a Gorilla Tag lobby. Probably over and over again. And yeah, I wanted to believe that this was just a one-off, a random moment, an exception, but it is not. A study from Stanford's Virtual Human Interaction Lab found that immersive VR experiences can lead children to form parasocial relationships with virtual characters, treating them as real friends. This blurring of reality can have profound effects on a child's social development. Moreover, a report by the Public Interest Research Group highlighted significant risks associated with VR for children and teens, ranging from dangerous data collection to impacts on developing brains. The report emphasized that VR risks are significant enough that actual child health experts recommend parents steering clear of Meta's VR headsets for their children. Just think about that. You put your kid in a headset, and there's a high chance they encounter something harmful within days. And if they hear it enough, they start to repeat it. They just start to accept it. It becomes normal. That's not just a gaming issue. That is a developmental issue. Let's be real. The problem isn't just on the players or even the parents. Back in part 1, I talked about how Gorilla Tag says you need to be 13 to play on their website, while Meta says you only need to be 10 to use the headset. But the game is still rated E for Everyone in the store. That kind of mixed messaging creates this gray area, where parents are left guessing what's actually safe. And the truth is, most parents haven't even touched a VR headset. Like, imagine trying to judge a roller coaster without ever riding one. That's what VR looks like to them. It's just a headset and some cartoony monkeys jumping around. They don't know about the lobbies, the unfiltered mics, or the stuff their kids are hearing. They don't even know how to look for it. A recent study from Duke University backs this up. Most parents don't understand the risks of VR simply because they never used it. And if you check the age data, most VR users aren't adults. The largest age group is 18 through 34, and many parents fall outside of that entirely. So when their kid says, "Can I play Gorilla Tag?" they assume it's safe, because nothing says otherwise. So no, this isn't just lazy parenting, this is about a system that's been made to look kid-friendly while secretly being anything but. I've experienced this sort of thing. I have to ask my dad for most of the apps I get for everything. Heck, even games on my Nintendo Switch. He just has to see if it is safe for me to use. Like, let me show you this text receipt I have with him from a few weeks ago. There's this game called I Am Security. It's a new project by the studio who made I Am Cat. One of the most fun experiences I've had in VR. And I texted my dad to see if I can get it. And he researched and found out, oh wait, this game is about trying to get into a bar, and probably thought that can make my son think like this game's theme. Lie and cheat your way to get what you want. This could turn into a bad idea. And he said no, which I'm fine with, because he researched and thought about the effect of that game. And here's the thing, Gorilla Tag already has the tools to put in some form of age verification. They already use systems like Mod.io, PlayFab, and other server tech that can support account-level features that include age checks. Meta and Steam both require a date of birth when an account is made. Why not use that to automatically enable parental controls for users under 13? We don't need, crazy stuff, just basic stuff like auto-muting strangers, locking lobbies to friends only, and disabling open mic chat. So, yeah, that would go a long way. And it's not hard, it's just not being prioritized. So, It's just not a moderation issue. It's not just on the parents. It's on a system that says E for everyone while doing nothing to protect anyone. Now, let's not pretend this is only the devs' responsibility. We are the community. And whether we like it or not, every single one of us sets the tone. The way we speak, the way we treat each other, the way we call someone out or just let it slide. It all matters. You don't need to be a moderator to make a difference. You just need to care. Even saying, yo, that's not cool, or leaving a toxic lobby, it sends a signal. And kids, they pick up on those signals faster than you think. Because whether we like it or not, they are watching us. They are learning from us. And if we don't step up, we're not just failing them. We're shaping them into the kind of players we don't want in VR. So, what actually needs to be done? Here's what I think needs to happen. Like a new rating. E for everyone needs to go. Gorilla Tag needs T for teen at minimum. Anything else is too misleading. Voice controls. Let players turn off voice chat entirely or limit it to friends. Give kids a safe lobby mode where voice is disabled by default. Age verification that actually works. Not just checking a birthday. Giving parents more tools to manage what games are even accessible. In-game voice filtering or delay. Now, I know this one's an interesting one, but there is AI tech that can flag and mute slurs or toxic phrases in real time. Use it. None of this ruins the game. It just makes it safer. It makes it something we can be proud to share with new players, no matter their age. Now, I love Gorilla Tag. It's creative, it's fun, and it brings people together like no other VR game I've played. But ignoring the voice chat problem, ignoring what it's doing to younger players, that's not love. That's neglect. And if you're saying, oh, Beat Saber Saver, why are you such a Karen for making the 2-part series on something that the parents can do themselves and trying to limit these kids? Well, I have a few things to say to you if you're thinking that. While, yes, it is true that the parents can monitor themselves and parent how they want to, I'm just throwing out suggestions so your kid doesn't have to see and hear terrible and horrible things. Now, I believe this is a real issue that can harm kids physically, mentally, and in many other ways. Well, if you are a parent, I'm not forcing you to do these things. You clicked on this video willingly. I'm just saying, hey, you should probably do something about this video game that could turn into a problem really rapidly. We can't fix everything overnight, but we can talk about it. We can push for change. Now, this is where I'll be ending this series. Make sure to like and subscribe, and hopefully I might get another chance to talk to you guys about this. This is really something that, I've had a lot of weight on my shoulders about this, and I feel like now is the right time to say it after, the story, and, if you guys have stories about this, let me know in the comments below. I might make another thing if you've heard a story like a kid saying a toxic thing or another dude saying a toxic thing. I might give out my own opinion. So please comment those stories down below if you have them. And thank you so much for watching. Peace.